So it's Saturday morning and it's 10 to 9. We're just fueling up at a Morrison's Outhouse. Have you paid for that already?
What?
You paid for that already?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're heading off down to, well, up to Nottingham. So 2 hours, here we go. Fantastic. So it is now 11:15 and we're at the services at Nuneaton. We're about 40 minutes away from getting to Mantic Towers, and yeah, it is a slow long drive. I really hope it's worth it just to kick his ass. And we have now arrived at our destination. It is now 25 minutes past 11. Huzzah! As you see, there is no welcoming committee for me. Fantastic, I feel very loved. What can I say? Okay, so the Abyssal Dwarf army list, as seen on the Mantic Facebook page. We have 3 units, 3 troops of Abyssal half-breeds. So it's just these guys on there. We've got 2 troops of decimators. These guys have breath attack of 20, so you let them get close enough to you and you'll regret it. Every Abyssal Dwarf army should have these. Slave Orcs. And I will be throwing them ahead of the army and just hopefully soaking up some of your firepower. We've got the obligatory Angarok Heavy Mortar, arguably the best war machine in the game, with 3d6 blast. We've got 3 units of gargoyles, just troops, so they're going to be flying over your lines and hopefully finding something juicy to nibble on. We have, for the people that were in the Kickstarter and selected them, Abyssal Dwarf Flamethrower Crews. These are both war machines and individuals, so be wary of some rules coming up with them. We've got Abyssal Dwarf Half-Breed Champion. He is obviously going to be leading my force, not that you need an actual leader for it. We've got a homemade standard bearer with a healing charm, and as you can see, very up, he's got a dwarfen head mounted on his standard. He's pointing rather aggressively. Then we've got 1 troop, 2 troops of lesser obsidian golems, 1 with a bow of Kupar, so they get to shamble forwards and fire. Just 1 dice, but it's 5 points, so it made sense. And then we have a regiment. Now this regiment has some special boots for 25 points that actually make them lose shambling. So speedy golems. Speedy golems.
We've got speed golems.
Speed golems, indeed. And then we move to the dwarfs. So, Ronnie.
Yes, okay. Well, we've got a couple of units. Couple of units.
Angry
Dog. Yeah.
Angry dogs, right, yep.
We've got 2 units of crossbowmen. One there, one here.
Yep.
Go around a bit, I can move them together.
And we've got some shotgun
We've
men.
got the king, who's leading the relief force.
Yep.
Garrick. We've got another unit of Iron Watch with rifles. Iron Guard.
Ooh.
Toughies. A unit of 10 of those.
Nice. Hitting on 3s. Very, very nice guys.
Dogged up unit of Iron Guard. Ironclads.
Ironclads.
Too much iron.
They're
We've got
nice.
the Brought Riders. I've never used those before. So we're going to be trying out those.
Ooh.
And we've got Taz the Wellard, who's the unique character that's coming out in the Hellfire and Stone supplement that's coming out today, Paul. Excuse me, mister. So he's going to be quite good fun. I think he's a complete loony hero on a...
very angry badger.
Yeah, very angry badger. So he's going to see what he's going to do. Got some shield breakers.
Yep.
Normally I'd take those as 2 units of 10. So I kind of defaulted into 20 because that's what size the base was. So
Okay,
that might be a terrible tactical error, but we'll find out during the game. Another unit of ironclads with dogs. We've got 5 berserkers, and then another unit here of ironclads.
Yep.
Finally, cannon, flame, breath one, and a organ gun with a engineer backing them up.
Fantastic. Okay, quite a strong little list there. Lots of berserkers, and I think we're going to be seeing an awful lot more lists like that in the future, especially with the release of these guys. And this guy is just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We'll get some pictures of him in action later. Okay, right. So I'm going to switch this off now, and we'll crack on.
I suppose that's how it ends either way.
So, deployment of the Abyssal Dwarfs. And their opponents, the Standard Dwarfs. Angry Badgers. More Angry Badgers. A nice War Machine bunker. Ronnie and his minions. Actually come out to support me, haven't you?
Having cavalry, I have to say. Having not played with them in the dwarf scenario for decades.
It's just strange, really.
Yeah, it feels weird. It feels really weird because I'm just attempting to go on attack. So I do my normal sit back and wait.
He's gone from there, he's gone to there, and we're going to see whether or not he's going to get the first turn, otherwise he's going to nuke from orbit, I think.
Like, move a lot, can be moving whether you...
Bad man.
I'm a bad man.
I'll actually rebase that yesterday.
So the one miniature that Ronnie actually painted, which was the organ gun, is no longer there.
Yeah.
And my Abyssal Half-Breed champion is charged through.
Hopefully all the ones that are painted by others will now be far more determined and disciplined than my organ gun was. So.
Yeah, well, we'll see, we'll see. So my line's basically advanced. Not much action at the moment, so Ronnie's turn 1 to go.
Yes, right, so...
So yeah, after the first turn, Abyssal Dwarf turn, obviously the Dwarfs haven't had a go yet, I'm feeling quite confident.
I've had that model.
Yeah, we see it.
Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Melee 3+. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
My defence is 5. Your crushing strength is
2. I'm vicious. That's on the wound, isn't it?
yeah. So 3. Oh my word!
Fucking disaster. So what do I need? 3+.
Yes. Well, that's 3.
So vicious.
4.
4. So what happens now? So they've reached point of damage caused 4. Roll to hit into damage again.
So here you go, the 4 attacks.
So you've lost your vicious roll already.
Yeah. So that's 3. And that's another 2.
2, yeah, so,
So-
and keep going.
Another 2. This is
1. Reroll that. 1. Yay!
5.
So you've managed to do a grand total of 7 wounds.
7 I think we've got.
And then there's the Dwarfen King that's going to be going in,
No,
piling in.
it was the... Actually I didn't throw the key.
The
I threw
runesmith.
Warsmith, yeah.
He threw a Warsmith into close combat.
Down, crushing strength 1. The original expiry was only melee 4+2 attacks.
So 30 attacks.
We are attacking on melee 4+,
Oh my.
and they're vicious.
Of course, at this point, I'd like to check your dice for
Yeah.
lead weights.
If I'd quite that. But, so right, okay.
Defense on my guys are 4.
Vicious, there's one. Anything that's cocked. So 4+.
Yeah. 11, 12 points of damage, and they're 11 13s.
They're got, are they?
Unless you roll a double 1. Well, there's a double 1 I can see.
If I get a blank on the next dice. Okay, well, what a wonderful and a splendid scrap. Taz is psychotic beyond extreme, yet actually probably slightly batted under his average for most of the game. 3 of the 4 combats, he rolled poorly in the first turn. One time he properly went off, was on the weakest unit, it was on one of these. But devastating wherever he appeared, possibly a touch too tough. I think we might need to look at him or look at the points. But very characterful, very exciting for a dwarf army. Very confusing having cavalry, I can tell you that. Having a unit that charges hither and thither. These boys, great job, and were involved in probably the two pivotal moments in the battle. Actually, them and Taz. Firstly, they didn't hold the golems. They stopped the attack on the right, and then swept in and took off the second wave.
Steamrolled
The second wave. My plucky unit out on the right hand side absolutely did its job. Stood behind the fence and didn't let the line break. Iron Guard, less useful, still slowed them down, still there for a good few turns, but didn't get any licks back in. These are actually pretty tough units. I think you're a touch unlucky. And you ran up, against the dwarven line that doesn't like breaking. I think this attack came and I managed to just delay it and break it up enough that I could getting shots off and picking units off. I thought really quite well against the gargoyles. They came in, took out an organ gun first. Actually, chap took out the first organ gun. We held there, and the left flank, which was actually very strong, never really got into the battle.
No.
Actually, except for the dogs. Which did a cracking job on one of your golem units.
5 points of damage to a golem unit.
Yeah, and then a good follow-up roll. So thoroughly enjoyable battle, really excellent fun. I think the couple of the moments that would have meant it was a very close game. Both went with me. I think I got them not running and yours going.
Needing a 10 to break the regiment of golems and getting a 10.
In fairness, I did have a run up with that though. I did have to run from the top of the stairs all the way.
Yep, you did.
But I think getting that roll probably moved me in my favour. I think that may have kept you going for longer or whichever way. I think once those big unit regiment of golems are gone, it's going to be hard for you to mount a strong enough punch to really cream. I still have these couple of units here. I suspect if your golems were there, that still would have been. But when they went, that was it. I think when they stayed on, it made it quite quick and quite decisive because they could then.
And this guy hit in absolutely no times.
5 goes.
5 goes, 5 misses. Fantastic.
Misses. They would have done. That would have been nasty if that had come.
Cannon got a couple of hits in as well, didn't it?
Yeah. Do you want me to hold the camera and you do yours?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's swap it around. So. He's still looking bearded at this point.
Still looking bearded at this point. Yeah, no, absolutely. As Ronnie said, my shock troops went in and quite literally bounced against well-defended dwarven armour. We had an issue with my speedy golems charging forwards out on their own and bouncing back and just not taking the return hit, which they should take the return hit. It's just somebody being very jammy and springing a special character on me, but that's all I'm going to say. The Baroque Riders, they look good on paper and they play brilliantly on the table. There's nothing worse than those guys hitting your flank and just rolling up your line. 60 attacks into the side of golems. Okay, no crushing strength, but that's a bucket of dice. You know, it is absolutely going to hurt.
I thought the best move I did with those was when I didn't take the unit in front but hooked right.
Yeah, you dodged. I mean, if you read the battle report, I think it was turn 2, I put Abyssal Half-Breed unit in the woods just teetering, asking to be charged. And he went, no, I'll go for the ones just behind. And that would have been brilliant because they would have been charging in 30 attacks, hitting on 5s. I would have been in a perfect position to flank him. But Ronnie, being a somewhat 30-year-old veteran of wargaming, didn't fall for it. More's the pity. Losing my Abyssal Half-Breed champion, he went foolishly off on his own without support, and then got jobbed by 3 characters all at once. He did well to survive as long as he did, but he didn't make his points back. The shambling guys were just, because I was attacking him in waves, just weren't getting across the board. I wasn't able to bring enough of my army to bear in once. And the Angarok Mortar just absolutely let me down. But I tell you what I do love, and what I will be running in every Abyssal Dwarf army that I can, is these flame units. They are lovely. And also the decimators. I'm sorry, for the scare tactics, I know they've only got a 12-inch range, but they really are quite good, especially when they're in a second wave.
One of each of those nearly took was the only thing, and they put all those wounds on that Brock unit.
Yeah, and I was just very unlucky to roll a double 1, especially when most of your minions from the warehouse were up here watching.
Yeah, no one noticed.
No one noticed. But yeah, a thoroughly brilliant day, thoroughly enjoyable, and I'm going to be going home possibly a little bit colder than when I came up here. Anyway, thanks very much, Ronnie. Brilliant day.
Come on,
cheers.